Welcome back to the Doorkickers Player Channel. This is mission 78, Rescue at St. George. I recommend watching this in 2x speed because I talk kind of slow. So this is a difficult one. So you can see here it's a escort VIP to the safe zone mission, and first attempt takes me about 19 minutes. Second attempt is about 6 minutes. So not that hard, but I will say it is a tricky one, and you'll see here because of the map. So you can, let's go ahead and get a good visual of the map here. That's good enough. All right, so you'll notice lots of rooms. Okay, tons and tons of rooms, which makes this a headache because tangos come out of every single fucking room. Additionally, this is not a square establishment. Right? You see how it kind of like goes diagonal here? That becomes a fucking problem. The main room, the main entrance, that's a fucking problem. So this is a tough one, but we eventually get through it. So let's go ahead to last attempt. Let's go ahead and skip to the replay. Oh wait, wrong one. This is the replay one. So the first attempt was about 6 minutes, second attempt about 19 minutes. Let's go ahead and start watching. So you see here, I've got the operators lined up here as such, and that is because that is just the best way to enter. Now you'll also notice, zoom in a bit, you'll also notice right here, I've got them waiting for Bravo, and that's because you got to make sure all the operators get in first, get all lined up nice, and then you can continue moving on. You'll see why in a minute. Reminder, the VIP is here in this corner, right? So in the Bravo, in the Alpha Bravo corner, right? That means you gotta get your operators all the way there and then all the way back. Now that everyone's in position, we're gonna go ahead and start moving. You can see, let's scroll back a bit. All right, so look at this operator here. That one right there, right? You see how he's kind of just keeping an eye on there? That's extremely vital, right? Because that's where these tangos are gonna come out of, or well, potentially could come out of. And you really want to be covering as much of your bases as possible. You see, I've also got it lined up here as well. Here as well, someone covering the 6 because tangos come out of nowhere. They do a good job of taking out the first tango. Good job taking out the second tango. Now, you'll notice we had the operators kind of go 3 and 3, and then later on we split into teams of 2. This is because I already know the map, which is essentially the way to do it in the game. All right, you can also kind of hear all like a bunch of doors opening and closing. That's tangos moving around. So you really don't know where they're coming out of. The good thing is that as soon as you shoot the first tango, the other tangos come out of the rooms some of the times. So they're less likely to be hiding in rooms and waiting for you to open those doors and get caught in their fire, which is good. And boom. So that's why this was necessary. You see that in the bottom right corner, in the Alpha Delta corner? That's why that was necessary. So this is kind of like a catch-22, right? Do you have your operators pointed that way, or do you have your upper put it that way? And honestly, it's just better to cover the rear. But I will say now I'm noticing now a mistake that could have been corrected. So you see how all these doors are here, but there's no doors here. So I would have this operator, check his rear to the Charlie side, whereas this operator look forward because the doors now his back is to the door and his back is to this hallway. Whereas if this operator's faced that way, this operator can deal with these doors and deal with that less areas where threats can come from. Same thing on the Alpha Delta corner here. Same situation, more doors here. So I would have them switch. And then you can see here something that happens to me quite often, which is that, right? So that red dotted line, that means that this operator is in the way and this operator can't shoot. So you kind of want to prevent that from happening as much as possible. So I had to stop him, let this operator get through, start firing. Now I have them waiting for Charlie right by the entrance to the doors because I kind of want to enter this space once most of it has already been cleared. Otherwise, you could end up with some bad situations. You can see here I've got them splitting 3 and 3 again. That's because I'm having them come back together in the center. Now that we've got most of this cleared, we're going to go ahead and start moving this operator to cover the exit because there are still more tangos in the building. And we're going to do the same with other operators.
Thank you.
And we're going to start clearing the exfil route over here, but you can see I've already got a line going that way for the VIP. So we're kind of just trying to cover as much as we can while moving. Once we've cleared that room on the Alpha Bravo corner, we're going to go ahead and move those operators back, and they're also going to help clear the exfil route. And you can see there's this room here that we still haven't cleared. And so I've got this operator just covering that just in case any tangos pop out of there. And as they collapse, the operators are still covering their areas. We've got the VIP holding right there and waiting so that we can get more operators downrange and towards the Charlie Delta corner so that we can clear the exfil route better. You can see I have these guys moving backwards because this area is clear right here, but this area and this area is not clear. So having them move backwards helps me get them in a position that I want them, at the same time covering what I want to cover.
Thank you.
VIP is now safe. Good.
So not much to analyze in this mission because it was successful and we took out all the hostiles, as you can see. It took exactly 1 minute to do that. But let's go ahead and see some of the mistakes that I made, just to kind of show you guys what can happen. So you see, I'm kind of already like mapping out everything because I know what's going to happen. You know what? Let's go ahead, watch the. I hate when this happens. Let's go ahead and scroll through the beginning. So at first, I just kind of got all the operators inside. Then I go ahead and set routes for them. And this does consume a bunch of time. So you see, I'm kind of just trying to plan a route right at the start of it. I'm not entirely sure why, but you can see I'm kind of doing a good job checking corners here, right? But still, there we go. End up in, because I didn't clear the Bravo side, you can see that. And that comes to bite me in the ass right there, right? So, and then again, the same guy shoots at another guy. But for some reason, I keep going. And then this guy in the corner takes 2 of my guys out, 3 of my guys out. And then I'm left with 1 operator. I'm not entirely sure why I did this, but for some reason, I'm left with 1 operator, and the VIP gets killed.
VIP is down. Mission is a failure.
6 out of 7 SWAT casualties. Hostiles pass by 3 out of 6. The VIP has been killed. Total failure. So here you can see I'm mapping out. I'm mapping this out right here, and you can see that I kind of learned from my lessons. So I've got my operators, watching that B side, and my operators are going through and clearing that B side. But here you can see I did not have my operator clear this corner, which ends up getting me. Man down right there. So that's what caused that. So we go ahead, clean that up a little bit. But you see, I didn't do a good enough job clearing that corner. So, nope, that wasn't the issue. The issue was the Tango in the Bravo side. Let's watch that again. So as soon as he gets here, boom, this Tango takes him out. Right, and that's what I was saying, where like it's kind of like a catch-22. Where do you face your operators? And that's why I said like too many threats. Right, that's just too many threats. So you got to watch out for that. So moving on, I think I switched some weapons here. So I'm switching to the ACR silenced from the Panzer, and I go through the exact same mission in the exact same way. I think this is the successful attempt. Yeah. And as you saw, this attempt was successful. So it took me a total of 3 tries, maybe more that I forgot to record, but it took me a total of 3 tries to get it right because this was a difficult one. So I'm going to go ahead and just play the replay. Let's see the whole minute just play through.
Alpha, go.
Help!
Bravo, go.
Help!
Charlie, go.
Help!
VIP is now safe. Good job. We're done here.
So that was mission 78, Rescue at St. George. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like. If you want to see more of these kinds of videos, make sure that you subscribe. And if there's anything that you guys want to see in these videos, feel free to let me know about that in the comment section down below. And I'll see you in the next video.